It's not a fucking game.
Oh, yes, it is. It's exactly what it is. And it's no kid's game either. This is a whole other game. And it's serious and it's dangerous. And it's not one you want to lose.
Secrecy is the foundation of deception. To hold back information from someone is to hold them back entirely. Wouldn't you agree? If you were to wake up in a place you've never been before, bewildered as you would be, the immediate thought you would create is, where am I, and how did I get here? As you stumble along, you see someone holding a sign that reads, "Answers," so you promptly begin sprinting towards the person holding the sign, but as you get closer, the person removes his hand from part of the sign to reveal its true statement. No answers. The sign says no answers. It was a trick. A pulling of the strings, a distraction. How furious would you be to waste all that energy as you try to find out the answers to all that queries you, only to be duped as you near your journey's end? You'd probably want to punch that person in the face, very hard and repeatedly. It does not feel good to be deceived, especially when this deception is keen on keeping you ignorant about the meaning of your existence, who and what you truly are. In fact, you could say that the man holding the sign is someone who wishes to keep you here by misleading you, like the carrot dangling in front of the horse to keep you in stride. Our captors dangle bits of what we think we want in front of our face, guiding us down the path of ignorant and willful servitude. To feed off of the energy during our journey, our emotions, fears, pain, suffering, and confusion, are sustenance for our captors. Until we part from this life, and depending on the vibrational state, attachments, desires, and fears of the individual, you will be pulled right back into the hamster wheel of karma once again, to play another scripted role in the great saga. It is time to take responsibility for our situation, and that is one of which to know that since the very beginning, you have been lied to, and the reason for that lie was so that you would never find out what you really are, why you were created, and most importantly, why do you find yourself here? It is time to understand that we did not find ourselves here by accident, and all that is around us is not a mere coincidental blend of primordial soup that spontaneously generated complex and intelligent life. I do not claim to have the answers, but will claim to know that the real answers are being kept away from us, and not for our benefit, but for the benediction of the false, the liars, the quans, the archons. The very manifestation of evil comes from our unwillingness to accept this truth, that all we know is a lie, and that this place right now is really a slaughterhouse, and a power station rolled into one. Blood is shed, and energy is extracted from the blood, very simple outcome, but it gets multidimensional in its complexity, as you dive through the details, but know that this is real, this is our situation. There are things that go on behind hermetically sealed doors that are directly responsible for the course we find ourselves on. Know that this is not a school, or some boot camp. I grow tired of hearing that. Why in the world would someone need to learn what it feels like to be raped as a child, by a man 5 times your size? Why would anyone want to experience war, only to be tied down and watch soldiers decapitating their children in front of them? Why the fuck would someone have to experience these horrible things? To what benefit other than the pleasure for the mentally and sexually perverted soul that is committing the act? Think about that. The act only ensues another act, and another act, and another. It becomes another perverted cog in the perpetual cycle of the illusionary matrix of suffrage. It is nothing to learn from these acts, but to know these acts are not to be done, period. I do not need to hunger to know that this child is starving. I don't need to kill my brother to know what the loss of one would feel like. Can you not see? Can you not feel? Can you not know? You only get to perceive a small portion of what truly is. There is a large part we are not privy to see, but I can assure you that it's there. Just as the wind bends the trees, but cannot see the force that does so, as the birds soar high, on heat we cannot see, when the cold nips your face, when you get excited to see someone, when you have a bad feeling, all these things make up a big part of our lives, but is that of forces which we cannot perceive, but they are there, and it has strong influences over us, but do not realize it, because we have been programmed not to, and through that ignorance, this has become the back door to your system, if you will. The Trojan horse into your castle, To be subliminally controlled to do the bidding of lower vibrational beings, someone or something wants to keep you dumb, deaf, and blind to how and what our world truly is.